60 Minutes Overtime.
Yoktur sana izmihlal artık diyor.
Fethullah Gulen is a Muslim cleric from Turkey. None of us had heard of him, but turns out he's arguably the most important Muslim cleric alive today, or at least one of the top 2 or 3.
Shahar Baron produced Leslie Stahl's piece this week on the mysterious Gulen.
Every preconceived idea you have of what a Muslim cleric and imam should be, he doesn't fit that bill at all.
Here's an Islamic leader who believes deeply in capitalism, tells his followers that if they don't strive to make a lot of money, it's a sin against God. And he has millions and millions of followers. He tells his flock, give back, but put your money not into building mosques, but to building schools. And in those schools, they should teach science. So he's at least, if you're a Westerner, you think, wow.
He does not appear in your story. How frustrating is that as a journalist?
You can only imagine.
It's not that Gulen was hard to find. He lives just 2 hours from our 60 Minutes offices.
We actually found out where his compound was. It's in the Poconos, of all places. We went there.
They knew we were coming. It's not like one of these situations where you just knock on the door and they open the door and shut it. So we knew we weren't going to be chased out by hounds. And we meet Bekir Aksoy, who's the president of this retreat, this learning center where Gulen now lives.
So does Mr. Gulen live in this building?
Yes, in this building.
And we thought, okay, it's a it's a 25-acre compound. Then he takes us to this prayer room. It's in another building from where Gulen lives. We're there. And then he says, oh, do you want to come up to the house where Gulen lives? And we say, yes. We go upstairs, and we're in this room, which we recognize because he now only appears on webcasts, and all the webcasts are from this one chair. There's the chair. So that's nice. And we say, okay, is he like in another floor? Where is he? And Bekir Aksoy says, behind that door. You know, assuming he was on the other side of the door, which they said he was, we were maybe 3 feet away from the man. On one level, it was very exciting. We kept thinking, okay, the man's going to walk out. But he didn't.
Reportedly in poor health, Gulen declined to be interviewed by 60 Minutes.
What are the challenges in keeping a piece like this balanced when you can't speak to the actual subject of the piece?
You speak to as many people who support him, who can explain him as possible, and we did.
I think the first and most important challenge is not to take it out on him just because he wouldn't talk to us. I mean, we have to remain fair.
Sometimes you just have to say, I'm going to do the story anyway, because the public should know this. Okay, they wouldn't talk, and we're going to do the best we can without him because it's still important to put that out there.
It's the responsible thing to do, to continue with the story.
Exactly.
Why do you use Preparation H?
Based on the way it treats me, I love it. It's a good friend. Preparation H relieves the swelling, it relieves the itching, relieves the pain. I can relate to my family. I can go to work and feel productive again.
That's right. Preparation H often gives temporary relief from pain and itch flare-ups, even helps shrink swelling of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissues.
It's a good friend.
Preparation H relieves pain and itch, even helps shrink swelling.